At Farmers Insurance, we know the sound of a perfect hot air balloon landing. And a less than perfect one. Seen it, covered it. Click for more.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
Hi, this is Stephanie Hansen, and you are listening to the Makers of Minnesota Recap podcast. We are checking back in with folks that we have talked to in the past, that just checking in on their businesses. You know, some of these people we've talked to over 18 months ago, and my guest today, Chad Gillard from Midwest Pantry, you were episode number 10, Chad, a long time ago.
It seems like it was just yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, sure. It does, doesn't it?
Right.
So much has happened to Midwest Pantry since we talked. It's hard to even, honestly. So I'm going to let you tell the story, because there's so many different things with Northeast Food District and you guys moving spaces and...
Yeah, we're still trying to get Google to catch up to us moving spaces over to the Northeast Food District. But yeah, we are just coming up on our 1-year anniversary of opening the Northeast Food District, which is the first dedicated food innovation district in the state of Minnesota, which is super fun and super exciting. We opened last October 1st, I think was our grand opening, with 6 production kitchens. So, as folks grow their company through all these amazing startup kitchens or, shared kitchen spaces throughout the region, this is kind of the next step for them to take on their own lease, have their own space.
Yep.
And, it's been super cool because we're seeing tremendous growth out of these companies that are buying into the community of producers in the Northeast Food District. So super excited about that. So phase 1 was the kitchens. We are phase 2 is now open with our office building, which we call the Food Foundry. So we have City Girl Coffee has their Twin Cities office. They're still roasting up in Duluth, but they have their Twin Cities sales team and training center and all that down, located in the first floor of the Food Foundry building. So they're located right in the Twin Cities. And then on the second floor, we have our co-working space that's dedicated to the food industry.
That's cool. So what does that mean? Do you
fun.
have like co-working space where people can office?
Yeah. So offices, either you can, rent for, a year or even by the day or week. We have, just working space if you're in town or you just need somewhere to work besides your home, or like me, coffee shops. I just, the amount of over-caffeinated meetings I've had in coffee shops around town. I'm so excited to have a place to, have like a professional working, setting. But then it's all like food people around. So
well, yeah. So there's got to be synergies in just the ability to have all the like-minded people in your spaces.
Totally. Yep. Well, we do these monthly meetups all the time, and we do them twice a month, and just the connections that happen by people being in the same space, and then now you're doing that, potentially on a daily basis.
Right.
So we have. AURI has a desk there for, there are people, they have a couple folks based in the Twin Cities, but they're bringing people in all the time, go in and out from greater Minnesota. So they're having meetings there. So it's like a constant flow of people. We have tomorrow, I think we have the Minnesota Beef Council having sessions there all day. And then the Minneapolis Food Council is actually there tomorrow night. So it's already like taking off to be a real center of activity. And what's cool for me, being from small town Minnesota, like even I can get my parents to drive there. It's right off the freeway, free parking, plenty. It's super easy to get to. So, and then when you get inside, it's these people that that are willing to help you and help keep your business growing. So
and the
super excited about that.
The Northeast Food District is 8 acres. Like, it's all this land, all these production facilities, and they've been doing some food, but you guys are really working with the developer to bring it sort of under this umbrella. And there's more coming. What about phase 3 that I just heard about?
Oh my gosh, so exciting, right? Local Crate is opening up their production facility. They just went through the Target Retail Accelerator with Techstars, and so they're blowing up and wanting to keep their regional, they have, it was great validation for us too, because they're looking for spaces all over the country because they want to stay local to the regions they're in, and chose the Northeast Food District to grow their Midwest production facility. So super excited to be able to work with those guys. They're, we've been fans of them for a long time, and just so cool, and so happy to be a part of seeing them continue to succeed and grow. So this phase 3, this is the last piece of, like, we actually have all the pieces now of what an innovation, like the fancy folks out at Harvard would call and define an innovation district. We have all the pieces now.
And then is there more after phase 3?
Yeah, we are we're planning in the planning stages for phase 4. So we're 1 year in. We're so far ahead of our business plan. It's crazy. But the demand and you do such a great job, like, telling the makers' stories.
Oh, thanks.
It's been so fun to listen every week to your podcast. But you can tell with how much food people you have on, just how much activity is happening here in the state. And it's being reflected in the demand for space and for people to grow. So we're planning out right now phase 4, which will be a build of some more production, small to mid-sized production facilities for 2019. So folks who need or are at the place in their business where they want their own space, they can handle a lease. What's really cool is that we have been able to lock in rates for 3 to 5 years, depending on and what the producer needs. But then your costs, because that just covers it up. So any growth you have is yours, so you can really reinvest. And that's been a key differentiator for us in helping these folks is, for the people who are ready to take on that next step, that's been awesome because they know exactly what their costs are going to be, no surprises.
So how many kitchens do you anticipate will be in phase 4?
Yeah, I think that's a great question. Again, it depends on the demand. Like you said, the Northeast Food District, it's 8 acres that we can continue to grow into as as there's demand from the community. But I would bet we add another 6 to 9 kitchens.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Because it seems like, honestly, I just did a call for makers on my Instagram account, and I probably had 100 new people brought to my attention.
Oh, isn't it crazy?
Yeah, like, we have not slowed down.
Make such cool stuff too. Like, that's what keeps, like, there's always new people, but like, they continue to make the coolest stuff. I'm always blown away by the ingenuity that
for sure
we have here. And I love that they get, you're in the same kind of business I am, where it's like we get to show off and talk about these people, and it's so cool. I feel really lucky that we get to work with such cool people.
And has this helped expand the membership base of Midwest Pantry? And do you want to just quickly remind people what Midwest Pantry does?
Oh, sure. Yeah, Midwest Pantry is, so my awesome business partner, Zoe Glass, she and I met at a farmer's market in Minneapolis over 10 years ago. And really, we were struggling to grow our own businesses and work together to try to get some traction, and then realized in a very short time, like, hey, anything that we're doing together, we could bring more people in and could benefit all of us. So our mission now is to make Minnesota the #1 place to start and grow a food business. And this Northeast Food District has been just such a highlight for our careers and what we've been, the success we've seen from the folks who have come in even just under a year ago has been just the most exciting, beyond what we could have ever thought we'd bring to the table by starting Midwest Pantry 10 years ago.
How many members do you have now, Chad?
We're over 100, and that's just the official members. We do all kinds of meetups and things. So we're probably over 350 folks across the state.
Right.
And we, our friends in Wisconsin and the Dakotas and Iowa. There's always a few of those that we'll let in to the party.
I would tell food producers, too, if you're listening and you're looking for community and you're looking for resources and you're looking for shared knowledge and experience, Midwest Pantry is the place you should be.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And you guys do such a good job sharing the stories of the makers and talking about that. But there's more information on our website, MidwestPantry.com. The membership we try to make, and on all our events, our education and work sessions and things, we try to make sure everything is really approachable and affordable no matter where you're at in your business cycle. So our annual membership for an individual is $65. So you more than make that up by even doing one event. We're getting ready for Small Business Saturday coming up in November. So, a member saves their annual membership by just doing that one event.
Because what do you do on Small Business Saturday?
Oh, man, we have the coolest event. We call it the Shop Small Holiday Market, and it's in St. Anthony Village, and we have about 50 makers literally coming from all over the state, from Mankato, Duluth. They come in, and we have 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 shoppers that come. And this will be our 6th year, if you can believe it or not.
Wow.
I can't believe how time flies, but this will be our 6th year at this location. We offer, I work with one of the local gyms, and they provide childcare. So it's, you can, if you have your kids with you, great, drop them off, come shop, buy, it's a cool way to kick off the holiday buying season and shop local. We're doing a really big push this year for small businesses who give corporate gifts to either their employees or their clients to come and shop the market. It's such a cool, they're great gifts for corporate, for corporate gifts.
Yeah, so this will be the Saturday after Thanksgiving at St. Anthony
Village.
The
29th. Yeah,
okay.
Wait, is it the 20? I'm getting my dates mixed up, but it's the Saturday after.
Yeah, I think it's earlier this year, but, I'm never one to be a stickler about dates.
Oh, it's the 24th. I'm terrible. I start just throwing out numbers. But it is. It's the 24th. I confirmed it.
All right. And last but not least, before we let you go, you have one other thing. It's like you weren't busy enough. This came on my radar. I was like, what is he doing now?
I know. I'm really hoping that I can get you to sneak away and do. I started a company called Workaround. And it's really aimed at small business owners who can't take a break. Work doesn't stop. They can't take. It's not that small business owners don't desire to travel. It's just they can't stop working. So,
right. They don't maybe have the resources to have the coverage.
Right. So I organize co-working space and take care of all the accommodation. And we're doing our first trip in October. So we're doing a work around Northern Ireland. I'm super pumped about this. The only place I've ever lived outside of Minnesota it was in Northern Ireland. So it's we're super excited to be going. We're going to take 8 people who want to continue working but work in a little adventure.
And you've got, it's so cool. You've got like a co-working space. You've also got some dinners lined up for spouses and happy hours, and people can be as involved as they want.
Exactly. The whole idea is there's benefit, just like the Northeast Food District, on these workarounds, when you're working, there's benefit to working together, but there's also, if you want to go off on your own, I want to make sure that you get all the inside scoop so you can live like a local while you're there. So whether you're with the group or if you go out on your own, I want to make sure that you are able to maximize your experience. And I'm super pumped about that. We have a trip to the old Bushmills distillery lined up, and a couple hikes along the Atlantic coast. It's just absolutely gorgeous over there. And for me, even though I'm working, it's working at you're in a different space, so it unlocks this other level of creativity that you just don't get when you're in your normal routine.
Right.
So, I think the whole idea is be exposed to another culture, learn something new, and I think, you'll be surprised of, the intangible benefits that come out of that. Besides the fact, there's such a networking going on within the group that will travel, but also there's a community on the other side, community of, entrepreneurs that we'll be interacting with on the other side. So I can't wait to see what happens. And if anybody is interested, I still have a few spots left to be one of the first 8. I have 3 spots filled, so we have a few spots left. And that URL for more information is letsworkaround.com. And
then you can go to Ireland with Chad.
Heck yeah. Wouldn't that be great? You should come, Steph. I'm telling you.
I can't. I already looked. I already thought about it. I've got something else booked that I can't get away during that time. But it looks like you'll have other trips too. Absolutely. Well, my hope is after this first one that I can bring, I want a family component to it. So whether you're, if you're traveling with you and your partner, or just you, or eventually you and your family, that's what I want to get it set up for. So that's cool.
I'm hoping for a family trip so I can bring my kids and wife over next year. Okay, because I'm leaving my kid at home, but that will give me opportunity to meet you the year after that and to plan. Right. I love traveling. I will have great suggestions for you if you don't have your kids. It would be so great, too, to do one in like Croatia or somewhere, too. I can maybe help you with that. It's so cool how many people are coming out of the woodwork. They're like, if you want to go to Lisbon, Portugal, I am, so it's been, the conversations that this has started has been really fun and cool. I'm hoping to do one to Montevideo, Uruguay next year. Yep. So that one is on the list for next year, and that all right. Is a really cool one. So. All right, Chad, you are a delight. I appreciate all of the networking and co-working help that you've given me over the years with connecting me with makers, and I really appreciate revisiting you. It is Midwest Pantry, Northeast Food District, and Let's Work Around, right? That's right. You got it. Thanks so much, Steph. Thanks, Chad. It's great to talk to you as usual. Yeah, we'll talk soon. Bye. Okay, bye-bye.
At Farmers Insurance, we know every windshield collision has a unique sound. Beetle. Bird poop. Drone. Seen it, covered it. Click for more.
We are farmers. Bum, 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 bum.
Underwritten by Farmers Truck Fire Insurance Exchanges and Affiliates. Products not available in every state.
I'm Rita Foley with an AP News Minute. An F-16 pilot having hydraulic problems with his aircraft managed to parachute to safety as the plane smashed into a warehouse east of Los Angeles. Fire Captain Fernando Herrera.
That pilot landed in the March Air Force Base area, and what's in the base itself.
Amazingly, there were no serious injuries after the plane hit the building. Alabama executed a man last night for his role in killing 4 people after an argument over a pickup truck. Tennessee executed a man who killed his wife. Reporters couldn't see the execution, but AP correspondent Travis Lawler says
we could hear sounds, including a singing, that Mr. Johnson's attorney says was him singing a hymn.
Answering a reporter's question, President Trump said he hopes the U.S. is not on a path to war with Iran. Mr. Trump has dismissed suggestions that any of his advisors are trying to push him into a conflict. I'm Rita Foley.